Okay, everybody, we're back with another video and some more machinery here. This time we're running Kinze. You have to bear with me, my audio may be off just a little bit. I've been having issues with it, but uh, for now, we'll go ahead and we're doing with a Kinze this time. This is the 5900 16-row planter. I just picked it up from the field here where they're doing their testing on it. It's a new series that's coming out for next year. But it's kind of the same as the rest of them, just changed a little bit of things here and there. So we'll show you how the tie downs work up on this, and we've got some crates on here as well. So see how we go. And this one here, now these totes here are totes, the bean totes. I'm not sure if they're the actual beans or they're the seed. It could be either one. And these things are about 2,000 pounds a piece. They're a little bit taller. You know, if you've noticed on some of my other videos on the smaller stuff, I'll do, one strap on each one, but with these, since it's on my top deck, front one, you gotta have the two straps on it. Two straps here, and even on the second one, I doubled it up for the simple fact it's kind of heavy, and it's plastic totes, so they're gonna have a tendency of moving more. And if you'll notice, I added an extra 2-inch strap wrapping around to the front to keep from having forward momentum. If you ever have to slam on the brake, you don't have to wrench tight. Just get it good and snug, because you don't want it so tight that you're pulling backwards on it. Just enough to keep from having your forward momentum. And of course, all these straps, look, are twisted. Put a twist on them. That way, when the air gets behind them, they're not vibrating, shaking, whistling down the highway. It's irritating when I hear people doing that stuff going down the highway. And we go back here to the planter. Yes, it's kind of a mess. Like I said, we just picked it right up out of the field down here in Arizona. The test site. It is oversized. So here's 11 feet 11 inches wide. Got my red flag right here. Put it on the outside of the wheel. The widest part of the load, front and back. Even though those are a little bit wider there, we've still got this flag on the front. Now, this first tie down on these Kinzes, knocks right there. You run the chain up through, back and around, and tie it to the front. Right there. And it goes up through here, and it crosses over. That way it's less likely to try to slide forward or backwards with the chain cross like that. And then back down through here onto the spool. And of course, I've wrapped the chain, and since it's at more of a steep angle to the outside, I've got the bungee pulling on the chain. That way it don't get loose and don't fall off. Now up here on this, you'll notice that pin right there. There's one on each side. You just wrap the chain on that and throw it to the other side where they're crossing. There's one on the other side. You can see the hook right there comes over here to this pull up. These are my short chains, so that's where we hook up there. And here's where I've got my other red flag up here, because this is the widest part of the load right there. It sets up on stands. See, this won't bounce hardly at all. That's why, with the back one, you ain't got to worry about it bouncing. I'll show you when I get the other side, the stands on it. Now, through the neck yoke here, you'll notice it goes through the hole, wraps around, and out the other side where it crosses. That way, it's less subject to try to take a move side to side. Now, I've got a crate back here by itself, so 2 straps. It's a really light one. It just has little totes in it, little bins that go up on top of each one of those deals. It just got little bins that go up on it. They're inside the crate there. If it's back here, you can't put a 4-inch strap here because on these steps, you can't get the reels to go all the way across. So that's where it's at. Like I said, oversized. This side hangs out a little bit farther. Of course, see the twist that's on the straps. Here's just where the chain comes on the other side from the neck yoke. And it sets up on this metal stand. Just alleviates it from bouncing and moving around. Just makes it a whole lot safer. And I like the way they ship this. Because John Deere and the rest of them don't do that on theirs. But they want to make sure theirs don't bounce or go anywhere. Which kind of makes it so much nicer. See, now here's that pin I was telling you about right there. I've got it wrapped, thrown down to the other side. See, here's this side. right up through the hole. See, a lot of these, well, the smaller versions has an axle that runs right through here, and you just wrap the axle. On this one here, this axle's so high because it's a little bit larger of a unit, so they've got that hole to run the chain through. There's that metal stand I was telling you about. I got this set on there. That way it's not straight on the tires. It's on a solid surface, so it does not bounce. It stays solid. It makes it ride so much nicer. Once you get all these chains nice and tight, they don't go nowhere. They don't bounce. It's a lot nicer. A lot less to worry about. And then we're here on the backside. Same thing. You see all the straps are twisted. Here's we've hooked the 2-inch strap on the other side to go around up toward the front. We have on this load here. It's not too bad. They're fairly simple. A lot of times, they'll show you exactly where they got to go when you do haul them. If you get questions, always ask, because even I did. Because each one of these machines are different each time. They change everything on them. This is a new model. Everything's different. So, find it helpful. Like I always say every time, like it, share it so other people can see what's going on with these, and subscribe to the channel, and just kind of pass the word around. See you on the next one.